I bet you're looking for a recipe on how to make pie dough and then how to roll it out into a pie plate. You're in luck, because this is that video. So this is an all lard or pure lard pie dough. If you're looking for an all butter pie dough, I will link to that below or above or beside. This is super easy to make. Here's what I did. The first thing I do for this recipe is make up the liquid, and that is 1 egg, and I crack that into the bottom of a measuring cup. Then I put in a tablespoon of vinegar, and don't worry, it's not going to taste like vinegar. The acid just makes this pie crust really soft. Then I put in enough cold water to bring that up to about half a cup. Whisk that together and move on to the dry ingredients. So the only thing that's changed from when I made it as a kid is I now use a food processor. I put half of the flour in the food processor along with the salt and sugar. This is a lard pie crust, which is great for savory or sweet pies. If you're doing a savory pie, don't put in the sugar. If you're doing a sweet pie, put in the sugar. I pulse that a few times, take the lid off, and then I put in the frozen lard. I'm using Pure Leaf Lard that I've chopped into little pieces and frozen to get it really hard. Pure Leaf Lard is really easy to find where we live. I know in some parts of the United States it can be a little bit more difficult. Try to get Pure Leaf Lard if you can. I pulse that a few times just to bring it together so that it looks like little peas coated in flour. And then I put the rest of the flour in and I pulse it again to make it look like smaller little peas coated in flour. Now that I've got the lard all broken up, I slowly drizzle in the liquid, very slowly while pulsing it. And you're probably not going to use all of the liquid. And the biggest setback with using a food processor for this is the tendency is to put in too much liquid. Once it sort of comes together roughly into a rough ball, stop putting in the liquid, pour it out on your countertop, and then just use your hands to bring it together into a mound. Don't touch it too much. You don't want the heat transferred from your hands to melt the lard. Once you've got it together into a ball, cut that ball in half, shape each half into a round disc, and then cover those in plastic wrap and stick them into the fridge for about an hour. So for rolling it out, again, really simple. Flour your countertop and your rolling pin. Get the dough out of the fridge and cover it both sides in a little bit of flour so it's not sticky. Then you take your rolling pin and you start in the center and you roll towards you, put your rolling pin back in the center and roll away. Then you turn the dough 90 degrees and you repeat that process. And you don't need to press down really hard. Almost no pressure at all. Keep doing that, keep rotating it 90 degrees, do it again, 90 degrees. Don't be afraid to pick up your dough and turn it over and make sure that there's enough flour underneath so it's not sticking to your countertop. You shouldn't be afraid to pick it up, move it, turn it over. It's very resilient. And you keep doing that until it reaches the size that is for your pie plate. My number one mistake over and over and over again is I roll it out too far. I make it too big, which isn't really much of a problem. It just makes for a thinner crust on the bottom. Now get your pie plate, fold the pie dough in half, put your pie plate in front of it, pick it up, and then unfold it. A lot of people tell you to put it around a rolling pin. I don't bother with that. I just pick it up. It is, again, like I said, very resilient. Then you gently lift it up and push it down into the corners. And then because I've rolled it out too big, I take the excess and I fold it under. I fold it under and then I crimp it with my thumb and forefingers. I'm not very artful. Now, an all lard pie dough is great for sweet and savory pies. This one is particularly good for meat pies. I really like this. It's what I grew up with, but I have to say, as I grow older, I lean more towards all butter. And don't worry if your crust around the top edge isn't perfect. I mean, you made it at home. It's way better than anything you're gonna buy in a store. And the only way to get that perfect top edge is to have a team of food stylists working behind the scenes to make it look that great. So take this pie dough and fill it with something wonderful. Hope to see you again soon. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now and smash that notification bell so you find out about our new videos as soon as they come out.